What's up, Hoop fans? Welcome to 1716, the most entertaining hour-ish of basketball banter you'll hear each week. I'm your host, David, a Roger Federer fan. You can catch my other podcast called 20 and Counting, an hour-long discussion about Roger Federer every other day. Just kidding. Also joining us this week, of course, we have Lamar, our Lakers fan. Look at that. He found a Lakers shirt.
See, you just hating. It is vintage 90s.
That's an awesome Lakers shirt, right?
It's vintage.
Oh, I see why you wore that today.
Showtime.
Also joining us, of course, we have our resident Mavericks fan. That's Jeremy with us. He's excited to talk about the over-under for the Dallas Mavericks. I think he said something like 72 wins or something like that.
Definitely 72 and 10. Yeah, definitely.
This is show number 10. We have made it to show number 10.
Yeah, man.
On that note, thank you everyone that has jumped on board early, watching the show and enjoying the show. On that note, when the season comes, we've got some stuff in store. It's going to be a relaunch of sorts. You'll hear more about that as we go. This week, we're going to be chatting some recent news, of course, featuring Manu Ginobili. We'll move on to talk about the over-under predictions for the Western Conference. Then we're going to wrap up our mini-series in an all-out war about the greatest centers of all time. It is sure to be interesting. And we're going to close up the show talking about the NBA rule changes that have been proposed. Some interesting rule changes, some rule changes that we're really unsure why they're changes or what's changing about them. Y'all ready to get to it?
Let's get it, man.
First quarter, of course, the first news, because we had a week off. In that time, Dwayne Wade is going on a farewell tour. He's going to take one more season in the NBA in Miami and sail off with...
Sail off in the sunset.
Sail off. What do we think? Is it 1 year too many?
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Is it 2 years too many?
Yeah.
No. 3 years too many?
No.
Okay. So it's 2 years, so you don't think you should have played last year?
No.
He had some games.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing about him. He would give you these flashes of like where he
What's
was.
His
like,
nickname?
Right.
What's his
Flash,
nickname?
right. Well, it would be the Flash, but the thing is, his knees, his injuries are too much. I really do think this is a bad idea.
You think health-wise or just?
Oh
because
yeah,
he's
I don't think he can play. Number one, he's definitely not gonna play all the games. You can book that.
Yeah.
Number two, I hate to say this, I feel like Miami needs to move on from him.
I can agree with that. It's just like when Kobe was retiring.
It was time to move on. Yeah.
And I think it's cool that we can name both of those, because usually when we name two people like that, but Dwayne Wade.
He's a great player.
He was our number 5 in the shooting guards
great
of all time.
Yep.
So I think he's earned a bit of a
farewell tour.
But an 82-game farewell tour, that's a little.
I'm with Lamar. I don't think he's gonna play.
He probably won't play.
He's gonna pick and choose.
Hopefully, he can mentor what's next, so they can move on.
That's my thing. Who's he gonna mentor? Dragic?
Jameis Winston. Shout out to a couple shows.
That was great.
Justice Winslow.
That was awesome.
Justice Winslow.
Winston. James Winston.
But yeah, shout outs to Wade. I mean, it's always exciting when he does have those flashes. Even now, it's still like,
dang,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
Right.
All right, I know you're excited about this one. Kawhi Leonard practicing with LeBron, KD, and a bunch of trainers. Why do I think that's important? Because it's like the 3 best players in the game, right? And they're together, so is that acknowledging that Kawhi is back? Is that Kawhi trying to get back? Does he actually intend on going 100% this year?
I think the picture symbolized that, he's... Because if you're working out with the caliber of people...
Did you see how... I know his hands are big. Did you see it?
His hands are
massive. That picture, it was like...
Yeah, his hands are massive.
Oh, my gosh.
But you remember, Kawhi Leonard is not a small guy. He's a big man.
I'm not saying he's not,
he's a big
but
man.
His hands are... Go ahead.
Why do you keep bringing this up about him playing 100%?
Because of the reports that he didn't want to be there. I know there's been reports since that he's opening up to it, but we don't know if he can speak. I still have not heard anything. His
camp's still talking for him.
But the fact that he said, hey, LeBron, KD, or whoever it was that got those two together, I think he's trying to make sure he's at that tip-top level.
No, I think he's there. I think that picture, that's why he posted a picture.
Right,
just to show, he's coming.
Plus, there's two things. Number one, he knows he needs to get back in physical condition.
Right.
So those are two guys that are in great physical condition.
Absolutely.
You know, number two, then he needs to think about also doing things in a positive light too. So his
Right.
optics
His
need to
image-
look a little, his image
image
needs to
can
look
come
better. So I mean, it's
So
it's
after
plus.
seeing that picture, the Toronto over/under 54.5. I don't remember what we said last week, but how do you feel about over/under Toronto 54 wins?
I think I was right around maybe a little bit under that, like 52, 53.
I believe so.
I can't remember, but
I would say the same, just because of Nick Nurse.
again,
that's
but
my honest reasoning.
I don't think it's because of him. I think it's because of Kyle Lowry.
Right. We know you
Man.
love Kyle Lowry and can't wait to have him on your team.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to take one quick moment. There's been so many reports. I've dodged it for so long. Let's briefly talk about Kyrie. Kyrie's going to hit free agency next year.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of rumors say New York.
Yes,
I say Boston.
of course you do.
And
You're
a
supposed
lot
to
Of course
say
you do.
Boston.
You're supposed to say
but
that,
a
yeah.
lot of people are now saying Boston. Wojnarowski has said he thinks Boston.
Right.
Jimmy Butler has said he's open to play in LA. So it's these people that are like, New York's great and all, but there's some better options.
Right.
So at the end of the year, eventually, and this is what Woj said, it comes down to he's going to have to look at everything, and Boston looks very good right now.
Yeah. I agree.
I think he stays. Thoughts?
I think he goes to New York. But I also think that because New York, I feel like it's going to really open the literally bank and be like, whatever you want, we'll give it to you. Because
But he's
they're
a
in
movie
that
star.
much. I just, but
He's-
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
why
That's why
New
New
York-
York
yeah,
is the
New York
perfect
and
place
LA
for him
is-
to be.
yeah.
And that's why they're going to open up the bank. It's been so long since they had a star. Like, Melo was like,
Yeah.
when did they have a star, a champion star to play for the Knicks?
Patrick Ewing.
A
wasn't a
champion
champion.
star.
He wasn't a
Jason
champion.
Kidd. Jason Kidd.
Right. But
Past his prime.
even then, was he
was
like?
past
Was
his
it
prime.
in his like? Kyrie's going to be in his prime.
Dr. J.
Stop it.
Stop.
Okay.
You
Yes,
bitch.
I agree with you, but I'm just you know what I'm saying. Okay. But I think he's going to New York, man. I don't think he's coming alone, but I think he's coming to New York.
I'd agree. I mean, just from a marketing standpoint, I think he'll pick a bigger market as far as his brand and his movie image and things of that nature. Could be wrong.
Plus,
I mean,
don't you think Boston? I know you're gonna think I'm crazy because Kyrie is their best player, but don't you think Boston wants to take a chance on these younger players, keeping them on the cheap, saving some salary cap?
No.
No?
Okay.
Yeah, you don't think
All
so?
right, you don't think so? Okay.
I think we will give Kyrie money because I think we'll be able to offer him the most. I think we will.
I don't know if that's the same with the new.
I
the new
truly
rules,
don't know
though.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that the way it has worked, if your team can offer you the Supermax, and I think Kyrie would be worth the Supermax at the end of this year because
Absolutely.
I think he's going for MVP. I think he finishes in top 3 of the MVP for this, as we've talked about.
All right.
Now that we've gotten the starters out of the way, let's talk about Manu Ginobili, who announced his retirement. Shoutouts to Manu Ginobili.
Great career, man. Great
Hey
career.
man.
But you guys don't think he went out on top. You think, especially I know Jeremy, you were saying
Dude,
you thought that
no
he
disrespect.
did a year
I
too
honestly stopped paying attention to Ginobili after people were joking that he won the Finals MVP for Miami that year because he played god awful that year.
Oh, come on, man.
He did.
Okay, but
I stopped paying attention.
What happened the very next year?
Lord,
Yeah, they won.
have
The Spurs
mercy.
won the championship, so you can't just like
I didn't.
stop.
Jared,
Yeah.
come on, man. You go act like he wasn't a scrub.
I didn't say he was a scrub.
No, you did.
I just say he played pretty bad.
In that series.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how many times your favorite players have played bad in series? I mean,
That's fine.
every player has a bad.
I just
playoff
said I
series.
stopped paying attention. I'm not a Spurs
I
fan.
got you.
Okay, well,
I think that was disrespectful.
I
really
think
do
even
that was
this year,
disrespectful.
Ginobili was huge for the Spurs.
He's a
You
great
talking about
player.
this past year?
Mm-hmm.
He's a Hall of Famer for sure, but
He helped them
I
get
just-
into the playoffs.
I just didn't pay attention.
He certainly wasn't prime Ginobili because he's old. What do you
I
want?
know.
What do you
I
want
know.
from him?
That's true.
I know. You're right.
Also, who else you know in the NBA that has swatted a bat out of the air?
That was epic. That was epic.
That was yeah.
But I will say this about Ginobili. I'm so happy about because man, you want to talk about when the Lakers and Spurs would go to war and Ginobili
Oh, man.
got on my nerves, man. He was always like the itch that you could not scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he was.
You know the interesting thing that I heard? Apparently, Ginobili is the most loved of the big three of San Antonio.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Over Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because of his international.
Oh my!
Because of his international presence. But they're
Wait,
saying that even the people of San Antonio love
Yeah.
Manu more.
Really?
But
Mhm.
isn't Timmy from the
Right,
from Dominican
right.
Republic?
But-
Or Virgin Islands? Sorry.
But Ginobili beat the U.S.
Oh,
in his
yeah.
Argentinian team.
Yeah.
That
beat
is
the U.S.
blasphemy.
The original Euro
If
stuff,
anybody
too.
says that, I'm gonna
See,
explode.
I thought the same thing, but then I stop and think about it, and it's like, I mean, it's probably all because of Chuck, Charles Barkley. Ginobili!
Oh, I got you.
Right? So people hearing that, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but that's what I heard. I heard
Big fundamental. The man.
Ginobili. I mean, you know me.
I don't agree with
I'm
it,
a Duncan fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Duncan fan.
I got you.
So what does this mean for Popovich?
The end
The
is
big
near.
three's gone.
The end is near. I think with his wife,
He's
No,
coaching the U.S. men's basketball team in 2020. Does he coach the Spurs until then?
if he uses the 2020 thing as his retirement,
That's what I'm saying. But what would he take? Because I guess because he's coaching this year, he's there.
Right.
So will he coach again 1920? I mean, it's one more season.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Popovich, his reputation doesn't change regardless of
No,
what he
not at
does.
all. Not at all.
Um,
Because it's not him that's
Right.
If the Spurs wind up missing the playoffs, it's not because of Popovich.
right.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Coaches. It's a weird thing with coaches, man.
So that can kind of segue into the next thing. Can Popovich get this team to still be a playoff team without
Ginobili.
Ginobili? Because that's your
It's gonna
leadership.
be-
That's your last bit of leadership.
It's gonna be
gone.
tougher.
well, they're definitely going to be a younger team. They got some good young guys, though.
They
They
do,
They do.
but enough to replace that's Tony Parker and Ginobili leaving in the same season, and they barely made the playoffs.
I think they'll do the same. They'll be an eighth seed.
I went from them being a 5 seed to, after losing not only off the bench Ginobili but the leadership, 8 seed.
Really?
Yeah.
That alone takes them from 5
yeah.
to 8 for you?
Because
Wow.
that's their last 2 leaders. That's their last 2 championship players.
Right, but in the overall, if you really watched them last year, you could see it was already starting to happen where the younger guys were
Well, I
starting
understand, but now their leader is LaMarcus Aldridge. That's
to. Is it though?
who else is
Who
it?
else is on there?
You want us to just say? You want to go ahead and say DeRozan? First season in
He
there.
got that dog, man. He's got that dog in
Rudy
him.
Gay?
No, stop it. It ain't gonna be the Rudy Gay. But I
Rudy
will
Gay?
say I think DeRozan he's got that
Yeah.
dog in him, and so I think he's gonna step up to being a leader a lot quicker than what he may even think. So I don't see Aldridge as a leader, man. I
mean,
don't.
that's when you look at the roster.
I know. I hear
That's
you.
what it says.
I don't look at him though and go,
Right.
man, that's a leader.
Right.
No, I
Right.
really don't.
Maybe Portland.
Did Gasol retire?
No, I think
Is he
he
still
I
with-
think he
is he-
re-upped.
is he still with
I
the
think he
Spurs?
re-upped with them, so
Okay.
he'll be there for veteran
Yeah, he'll
leadership.
still be
I'm
there
pretty
for-
sure he
for
re-upped with
leadership.
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
I was thinking about Gasol, but no,
Yeah.
LaMarcus Aldridge is definitely not like a person you go to for. Hey man, we need this mental toughness and
Right.
he's not that person.
And he used to be in Portland. Like, you remember when he was... Okay, wait. What I mean by that was, like, he had that, like, killer instinct. He maybe didn't say it vocally.
Right.
But he was like, I'm ready to go. I'm going to put 100% effort in. I'm ready to do this.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't see anything here about Gasol, so I'm going to assume he's still there because there's nothing that's said with him on the transactions.
I'm pretty sure he's still there, but I mean,
Haven't heard anything,
But-
he's your boy. If you haven't heard anything, then I'm
he's
going
the
to assume.
man.
Anyway, so what do we think? Ginobili, all-time greatest sixth man? Question mark. Jeremy?
He's in the conversation, man. I was actually doing some research. I was thinking about Robert Horry. Robert Horry.
Over Ginobili?
As far as the impact in like multiple games, not just like one shot.
What do you mean one shot?
Oh, wait, hang on.
He brought multiple championships.
Ori would play also good defense too.
Okay,
he had some really
He brought multiple
veteran
championships.
savvy.
He brought Ginobili one of his championships.
Right. Let's just calm down.
I'm not gonna say bring him like single handedly, but
Right.
he played a big part in
Yeah,
2005.
yeah. He hit a very nice. He hit a very clutch shot. I remember it.
Dude, he played.
Don't forget about the best one with the Lakers.
Right.
Boy. Whew.
I'm just saying
So
he's
what
in
do
the
you
conversation.
think?
No, Ginobili's
No,
definitely
he's in
better
the
than
conversation,
Ori.
but no,
Ginobili's
Ginobili's
definitely
the
better than
greatest
Ori.
six man. I just
Yeah.
wanted
Now
to
you
bring
were
him up.
talking about Jamal Crawford this morning.
No, I was just talking about what's the definition of the greatest six man? And I was asking like, okay, how many times has Ginobili won six man of the year? Once. And Jamal Crawford's won it.
Crawford might be the most exciting six man. I'll say that because when Jamal Crawford boogies on somebody, I'm watching, boy.
And he doesn't age.
I'm watching.
The dude is like 38.
He still looks like
and can boogie on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all of the impossible shots that you've seen Ginobili hit.
I have.
Have you seen some of Jamal Crawford's shots though?
Is Crawford gonna hit those?
And then I ain't gonna say no.
And then I gotta go back to it. If a bat flies at Crawford, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
I can't say that online. But no, Jamal Crawford's not gonna do that.
Jamal Crawford is nice, but Ginobili is the best.
Ginobili is the greatest.
He's the greatest six man.
So
again,
I just wanted to create a little narrative.
I got you.
Yeah. So congratulations to Ginobili on a fantastic
from a Mavericks fan.
He's the man.
For real.
And now he's gonna start becoming a national or an international ambassador for the. I can't wait to see where he goes from here.
I'm excited for him, man.
No, for real though. Ginobili, great career, man. What else?
Yep.